Hi, this is a newly coiffed Rhett, back to talk a little bit more about my adventures in writing. Um, you'll notice I have much shorter hair this week. It's 3 years, and it was time to make a change, and kind of see how this goes. But anyway, I had an interesting week writing. I found that as I looked to my short stories that I'm developing, I found that it was hard for me to write these stories without a good, thorough understanding of the characters, not only in this story but in other stories that I want to write. Because the story collection that I'm talking about will be related. The stories will be related to each other loosely, and will share some of the same characters. And so, to know, I think for it to be most effective and most interesting, I need to be able to know how each of those stories in general are going to go. And what I found was that it was hard, very hard for me to write without really having that good fundamental understanding of what each character and the characters that these characters will interact with throughout all of the stories will, without understanding who those people really were, what were their great motivations, what were the significant events that shaped their lives and the people that they are now, and kind of the things that were important to them. And so I've been spending most of the week in my writing time, which has again been regrettably not as much as I'd wanted it to be, but I've been spending that developing the characters, naming them, identifying those primary drivers and motivations for each of them, the formative life experiences that have created the people that they are. And it's been really interesting. I find that I enjoy that. I enjoy that creative process, creating a person, really creating people, and thinking about how then they're going to interact, and how they're going to be in the world with other characters that I'm making. So it truly is a creative endeavor that I'm enjoying very, very much. Not without its challenges, I think. And it's interesting. I'm curious if my writing, the challenges I was feeling or writing, are in fact going to be solved by this character development, or if it's something else that's in the way. Something maybe a little harder not to crack, but I guess we'll find out. At any rate, these characters need to be defined and developed at some point. So I'm trying to give it a go right now, and I do think that that'll make the writing smoother. Easier for me to, it would be more accessible for me, the storylines and the plots and the conversations, the dialogue that comes with that, I think will be easier and more accessible when I have a deeper understanding of each of these characters. So we'll see how this next week goes, and I'll give you an update next week, and we'll see where we are.